another episode of Raybridging Human Stories Are Told and Bridges Are Built. What's up, Bridges? What's going on, y'all? This is episode 47. Episode 47. Yeah, we back. We back for another episode. Shout out to all the Bridges. If you have not already, please like, share, subscribe to the podcast. Share with somebody, y'all. This is a very, very special, very personal episode for me. This is an episode that I'm really I don't know. I ain't really nervous, but I'm just kind of like
I think you are nervous.
I'm a little anxious a little bit, but I'm grateful that we are here with Back Bridges. If you're watching this podcast, listen, thank you so much. There's so many podcasts now in the space, and you don't have to be here to watch this one. So thank you. We're opening up this discussion. It's Men's Month, and it's also Pride Month. Yeah, we're gonna open up this discussion, and I brought my brothers on this episode. Everybody you see is someone that I am close with. I share emotional space with these people. Everybody you see, I have shared personal parts of my life, of my family, and just the intimate parts of who I am. And I thank every one of y'all for being here today. We were just laughing and talking, y'all. So yeah, we go. We go.
Why are you trying to jerk a tear?
I know, right? No, but for real, I'm so thankful for this. I'm thankful to be able to do this. I wanted to do an episode to speak about black men, black brothers. The time we're living in, the space we're living in, the area we're living in right now. It's so important for us to come together as a community. And I wanted to talk about the tension in community when it comes down to black men, specifically around homophobia, homosexuality. I want to talk about that. I think it's always the elephant in the room. It's always the thing that people kind of like, we don't really want to talk about that, or we kind of skirt around the conversation. This will be one of those conversation bridges. So before we get into it, how y'all doing, bros? Y'all all right? Everybody good? Y'all straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, these my people, y'all. What y'all got going on today? Y'all, y'all getting out this evening today? Whatever.
I'm going home to these kids.
I know, right?
Straight to the couch.
I know, right?
Straight chill mode.
And you normally have stuff going on, bro. You normally be going somewhere. you try to act like I'm a socialite, but you the socialite. You are. You be more places than me, brother. Chris, you be out, bro. You got season tickets for the Grizzlies, bro. You be out. You do.
Casually step.
Hey, man.
Instagram post Chris seen us once, and he was like, "Who was that gangster walking in the background?" It was you.
It was
bro.
you. You were the gangster, brother. You were the gangster.
All right, California. Okay.
So y'all, listen. Let's get into this conversation. We got a lot of us on this panel today. I brought together specifically a panel. Now, normally you would think that on an episode like this, I would sit 6 queer men up here, right? I would sit 6 queer men up here, but I wanted to do something different because I feel that with this specific conversation, with this specific topic, that it's going to honestly take some of y'all to really change the narrative in community.
Who is y'all?
Around this topic? Heterosexual black
there
men.
we go.
Heterosexual black men. It's going to take some heterosexual black men to change the narrative around this conversation and community. I wanted to have it with the closest guys to me, the closest straight men to me. And also I brought my brother. We're the gay men on the we're the gay men.
I almost said something.
So listen.
I almost said
listen.
something.
Hey, yeah.
I almost said something.
Yeah,
Man.
we're the gay men on the stage. But no, I wanted to bring my brothers and I want to dialogue. So this conversation is for the ones that's watching who's struggling with understanding how you can be an ally for the queer community, for the ones who struggling with even being able to say gay Like this conversation is for the ones who really, even if you are queer, if you are gay, if you are, you know, even if you're struggling with your identity, this conversation is for you. And I think we have to get to a place that we can start discussing these things because the more, and a scholar that I love, Brene Brown, she talks about shame a lot. And shame needs three things to survive. Shame needs silence, shame needs secrecy, and shame needs silence, secrecy, and shame needs judgment. Silence, secrecy, and judgment. So if shame don't have judgment, if you ain't got nobody pointing at you, you wrong, you this, you that, shame can live. If if I'm keeping it a secret, shame thrive if we keep this secret. Or if I'm silent, if I don't speak up, shame lives. And so I want to talk about the shame around homophobia, specifically for heterosexual men being in community with queer men or being in proximity with queer men. I know some of you work with queer men, you go to church with queer men, you even have them in your family. Queer men is in every family. It's somebody. It's somebody in the family. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody in the family. So um, we're around, we're here, we're not going anywhere. And so I wanted to bring my brothers on to have this discussion, to have this talk, to really kind of dialogue and sit this out, man. So how y'all feel? I mean, now, granted, I sent these guys like a list of topics, you know, because these ones are they're like guys that I wanted to be on the pod, and so I think each of you individually like I wanna tackle that. I want to tackle that topic. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, bro, yeah. So that was that was huge for me. That did more for me than y'all know. And I can remember honestly, like when I came out to all four of you, I can remember that. I can remember the moments, the times. I don't. Everybody got stories. But I that there was a level of comfort that I could no longer. I could no longer keep that, even though I know all of you probably already knew. But there was a level of comfort in me. I knew that, and it had to be within me.
Or I was going to ask, what about these four felt safe to come out to?
Yeah. So that level of comfort, like these are men who I I feel see me, like they see me, and they see all the components of who I am, and so
Beyond your gayness, they
beyond
see
my
you.
gayness, yeah, they see me, and so I felt I was doing myself as well as them a disservice to not allow them in my life fully. And it was always a like, you know, we cool, we gonna wrap it up, we gonna talk, but I keep my private life secret. You know what I'm saying? I keep it private, and but I felt that I wanted to really, and all of this digs back into the work I was doing on myself, and it has to be within us. You know, you have to feel confident enough to do it, but this ain't a conversation about that. But I felt that I needed to allow them in my life deeper than what they were. And that meant the world to me when I told all of them were like, Raymond, okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, because I don't want to get too heavy off into that, but yeah, that's what it is. How y'all feel about being on this episode, bros? And Kadesh, I want to hear how you feel about being on this episode with these straight men, bro. Like this is something different. I ain't never seen no podcast do nothing like this before. But how do y'all feel? How y'all feel about being
I'm gonna say I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay.
Initially going into it, I was,
Mm-hmm.
but now being here, I'm a little bit nervous to have.
Like you behind the jury box.
Yes, so
Okay. That's honest. What about you, bro?
Encouraged because the fact that we didn't have this platform where we're gathering our different men here, different perspectives, straight, gay, whatever, or whatever. Just
Yeah.
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 cool. I feel kind of safe because I know you want to go bring me somewhere uncomfortable. I know you too long, you know. So it's just like I'm coming to the barbershop to get a haircut, and then just like I can just be myself.
What you, bro?
I'm glad to have this conversation.
What's funny, bro?
I knew everybody was about to laugh.
Yeah.
As soon as I said, I don't know why. I'm glad to have the conversation because of our relationship and friendship. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just a lot of misconceptions, man.
Yeah.
I think this is a conversation that needs to be had. Like, people need to hear it. You know what I mean? And I think people need to see straight men talk about this, have this conversation with gay men.
Yes.
And everybody is safe, like Nick said. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and if everybody is safe, everybody is free. And because I know the automatic, and I know it's so sad how the minds work around this topic. None of us on this panel have slept together. Ain't nobody got no secret stuff going on the side. You know, and that's real because I know, you know, people, especially it's a concern in community. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have that concern. Like, they got this. No, this is genuine. This is real. And I wanted us to do this because, like, this is not the normal narrative. Like, but this is real life. Like, this is what happens. Gay men and straight men can be friends. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do this, and I wanted to get us to on this conversation, move us beyond fear, brothers, and more toward understanding one another. Of course, it's curiosity on both sides, like what they really be doing, or what they really own, you know. But I wanted to kind of lay this out in this conversation. And I wanted to start in our boyhood. Like where did you learn? Like, and I want to hear a little bit from all of you. Where did you learn about masculinity? Like, where did you learn, like, okay, boys supposed to do this, and when did that click for you in your youth, in your growing up?
I think it's always been the narrative. I heard a podcast recently, and I really resonated with it. Boys aren't taught to be human; they're taught to be not feminine.
Yeah.
They're taught to be not gay.
Yeah.
And you hear that in the language of boys don't cry. You hear that in the language you throw like a girl. You hear that like don't be a sissy, don't be gay, or even when you become like adolescent, teenager, that's so gay. Gay has this negative connotation to it, and so to be masculine, to show up, is to be the antithesis of that. To portray this bravada, this character. We can get into the narrative of heterosexual versus straight if we want to, but heterosexual being like, this is who this is biology. I associate with, I like women. Being straight is a social construct, kind of like race is a social construct. I fit these character traits that I'm straight because I like women. I'm straight because I wear this. I'm straight because I wear this. I act like this. Versus heterosexuality, no, I'm attracted to women. I resonate as a man. Who identifies as man, not woman. Yeah.
What about y'all? When did y'all first learn? Like, or when it first clicked in, your earliest memories, when did it first click in? You like, okay, dang, boys do this, boys don't do that.
It was early for me. My dad, seeing him go to work. He was a Coca-Cola man. Seeing him, deliver Cokes, deliver drinks, cutting the grass, just fixing stuff around the house. That was, identified with being man, being manly.
Okay. I identify with that. Like I said, my dad was, going to work, taking care of home, cutting the grass. But I guess for me personally, like, I remember my two female cousins did gymnastics. They were, doing like flipping and all that type of stuff. And I was like, I want to learn how to flip. But it's more so, you don't want to play football, you don't want to play basketball, that type of thing. So, I did do football for a long time. I did basketball for a long time. I did, do gymnastics, but I felt it was kind of, I don't want to say motivated you to stay away from gymnastics, but, I did it for a period of time just to kind of learn how to flip. But when I think about it, like, it was like 2 or 3 of us there with like a whole bunch of women. So it's kind of like, so I learned real young.
I was raised by my mom. And so I grew up in a house full of women. And, usually, and my uncle, so, usually they say, oh, if he grows up in a house full of women, he's going to think like a woman. Nah, Sally pushed you off the porch, you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of times you came in with bloody nose and this, but I still grew up around men that I took bits and pieces from. Like, oh, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Like he said earlier, boys, we get Tonka trucks and G.I. Joes. Girls get Barbie dream cars and Michael and the Easy Bake Ovens, so it's like they're already creating, like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is what you're not supposed to do. Like, so me waiting on my cousin Pooh to finish this cake in the Easy Bake Oven is unheard of. You know what I mean? Like, boy, get your ass out. You're going to be gay. Yeah. Like, what? What is that? So I really don't have that recall, but it was never a taboo situation because my cousin was homosexual, right? And the dude on the street named, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was homosexual. So it was like, okay, they really just dudes. And like, to be honest, the dude on the street, he ran track. He was so fast. You see what I'm saying? Like, he was all the straight dudes, but he was whipping their ass. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, he ain't that damn gay. He tearing your ass up.
He'll be your ass, nigga. Yeah.
Because he fast. You know what I'm saying? But then I learned early too that all the fine women hang with the gay guys. I learned it early. Early.
I learned it in high school.
What about you, bro?
I learned early and from everyone around me, whether it was cousins, friends, mom, dad, I just, being a man was just what everybody was trying to teach me. If I was playing outside, if I was playing basketball, playing football with my friends or cousins, and you jam your thumb, you hurt, you in pain, you want to cry, but everybody's like, oh, okay, you straight. Eventually, I got to a point where my jam on my thumb didn't hurt anymore. I just put it up, I just put it back in place. Yeah. Or you go get the leaves up, go cut the lawn. Like my dad taught me to cut the lawn at 9 years old. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what men do. Men take care of the outside of the house.
I was gonna ask,
you know what I mean?
How would y'all define what it means to be a man?
And that's a great question because that was a part of my journey. Like, I would ask my dad, when do I know that I'm gonna be a man? Like, when is the moment when I can say, finally, I'm a man? And it was always based on responsibility. The answer was always when you can do, when you can be responsible and nobody has to tell you what to do.
That's interesting because I grew up in a matriarchal family where responsibility was always on the woman. Like my great great grandmother, she raised all of her kids after her husband died. She didn't get remarried. My grandmother, she raised all of her kids by herself. And so the responsibility of provision was shared. I had my mom and my dad growing up. And so I had those two ancestors that were just like strong Black women. But my dad was the example of, all right, this is what it looks like to take care of a family unit, sort of. But still, my mom was always equal to him. Like,
what's crazy when I hear that is that, like, I know for a fact, love my father, love my uncles, but they, come from Mississippi. They born 1920s, 1930s. They have a specific mindset about what a woman is supposed to do and what a man is supposed to do. But them Negroes will cook.
Right.
And they'll tell you, look, we the best cooks in the family.
Yeah.
We gonna cook,
On the grill, though.
No.
You talking about the oven?
Like
So,
my uncle that I'm named after, he get in there and he will cook greens and hot water cornbread and beans. But let me tell you what, a woman better not talk back to him. That was his mindset. So there was kind of an odd dynamic where I see you doing these things that you would expect a woman to do, but you really kind of had this misogynistic mindset that's extreme, coming from them 1920s, from that mindset of where you grew up back in, Mississippi. So,
And we learned these social constructs early on what manhood was. I mean, a lot like you, like the men in my family. I knew that like the men didn't say much, you know what I'm saying? But they ran it. Like if you somebody sitting in my granddaddy's chair in the house, we come in, you just know to get up. No talking, no
Be seen, not heard.
yeah, be seen, not heard. You know what I'm saying? Or if he made the money and he brought it in the house to the woman. So those the earliest constructs that I learned, and even as we continue with the conversation, like we learned early what masculinity was, and whether it was from a man paying all the bills or from a man just being able to have sex. Like that was some of my earliest memories of when I learned manhood. It was in like elementary school, and I knew that boys were supposed to have sex. Like if you wasn't, you lie about it. Like you're supposed to, for real, you're supposed to talk
Or you're
about
gay.
it, or you're gay. You know,
Yeah.
you want to be far from it. And so learning those early origins, I say a lot. Imagine a queer boy. When I say queer, that covers the spectrum. So I know people are like, what's the difference between queer and gay? Queer covers the spectrum. So whether it's lesbian, gay, bisexual, all that, but I learned as a boy early that you're not supposed to be gay. Like you just learn that, through social interactions with people. And so imagine like if we're going through that as a kid, y'all not going through that as a kid, but we're all having the same male experience, and we just keep this shit quiet. We keep it down. And you may even have questions about masculine or manhood, but overall, we're all as children gonna go with the narrative that we see, and I think that side note, but not really side note, and we have to do a better job at training our young men up and teaching them what manhood really is. It's responsibility. It's taking the charge. It's really being the example. And that's what manhood is. But so we learn early, and so if you're watching and you are a heterosexual black man or a heterosexual black woman, or even a gay man or a gay woman, you learn early to hate gay. That's argumentative, but everybody didn't learn it. But overall, if you grew up in the Bible Belt South, you knew it wasn't right. And so you learned early that that's what that was. And for a lot of people, that's where the understanding stops. That's where the understanding stopped. And so now, fast forward to adulthood, whenever you respond to it or you see it, you're responding from a childlike understanding of it. And so you just don't want to hear it. You just don't want to. You don't want to. And so this conversation we're having is to kind of bring the conversation forward, if you will. Now I want to go here. When did you learn what gay was? When did you learn what gay was?
So I'm talking about outside of the whole, when growing up in my not my time, but where I grew up, gay was only one dimensional, just sexual, right?
Yeah,
so we're like,
yeah.
But then the dude like next to you, like he hooping, he killing you. I keep saying it, like he killing, but he gay. But I think I was an adult, like mid-20s, like like okay. Like, okay, he gay, cool. I know he like this, he like that, but that's it. That was honestly like,
Really?
but my acceptance to it was like, I gotta say to my sister, she loved Prince, right? And so one day I'm just really taking a look at Prince.
But he wasn't gay though. He wasn't gay.
He wasn't gay at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk like a man. He's gonna do this. And I'm like, bro had a whole, my sister asked her, what kind of hairstyle is that? She said, that's a rap. So bro had a whole rap. He wore heels. He had a belly was out. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, so you like him? You used to love him. I was like, He's like, but he wasn't gay though.
But he was feminine, like
He was bisexual. He was the B.
And real quiet. But one thing I always say, I tell Ray all the time, I said, the difference between a heterosexual man and a gay man is that my ego won't let your GAY be better than me. My ego won't let your gay be better than me. And so no matter how much we thought he was gay, bro his ego was through the roof. You know what I'm saying? He was professional, he was attentive, he was this. So I had to be like mid-20s. I was like, oh, okay. No, my ego
Your ego.
won't let your GAY be better than me.
Okay.
Man.
And so that's when I asked a couple of brothers who was up here, like, why are you overachiever? Why are you going out to get all these degrees? Why? And then when he said to me, like, because we thought we constantly having to prove ourselves outside of who we choose to love. And I said, oh, that's deep. And so we always had to come to, we can do bare minimum as straight men, right? And just get by. But an old boy who right next to us, he got to go and bug me on, be on time, wear this, do all that. And so, yeah. So my EGO won't let your GAY be better than me, bro. Period. And then when you realize that when you go to the job you always wanted, and the mother who hired you gay, he walking in with a towel, okay, bitches, what we doing today? Damn. Mind of a matter, you know what I mean? So we like, okay, dude really cool. Who you choose to love, that's you. So I was like mid-20s, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
What about y'all? How old were y'all when y'all learned like that gay thing is not what I need to be, or not that you need to be it, but that it was a bad thing?
Bad thing? I don't think it was a bad thing. I just started noticing it in high school, bro. That's when I started paying attention. Like, oh, he different. He a little different.
Yeah.
He a little different than me.
Mm-hmm.
Really, not a bad thing.
No, it wasn't a bad thing. Now, if I interacted with you and we had a bad interaction.
Okay, so it was okay for you to exist as a gay person separately from me, but as soon as we interacted.
No, not saying as soon as we interacted. I dealt with people as people. If we had a bad situation,
that's unique to you.
Right.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say for me growing up, it was very early on where I recognized that my difference was different than someone else. I think for me, I probably was in second or third grade when I was first called gay, not understanding what it was, didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like I grew up semi-sheltered, Christian home. I was a good boy, went to church, all that kind of stuff. Sung in the choir, probably conditioning. Anyway, and so like I didn't know. I knew how to be a good boy. I didn't know what anything else was. I knew what the Bible said, and that was it. But when I got to school and it was told to me that I was gay, and I knew what the Bible said about that, I was like, no, that's not me. Not realizing that it was me. And so I had other people telling me before I knew what it was. And then when I figured it out in 8th grade at school, I'll say it like that for the camera. I was like, oh, she's cute, but him?
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, and y'all let me go in the locker room with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why me and the girls were best friends. I was like, oh, we can hang out. I ain't got no temptation over there. No temptation known to man. I got you, girl. What we doing? So that type of thing.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Me and him cool. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all the fine friends. You know, that's right.
What about y'all? You said
I was like,
high school.
that's the first time, like, 'cause I remember I was an attendant in the office, going to get the slips. The first time I've ever seen two girls kiss. It was just kind of like,
Okay.
oh.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
But I do remember, like, of course they try to keep you from touching.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember them trying to make sure that same-sex people were holding hands. But
Okay.
if I walk down the hall with my girlfriend, it's kind of like, it's not with it.
Yeah.
So I do remember that vividly.
Okay. Let's do it.
It's odd for us. I didn't learn that being gay was bad. Like my mother taught me.
Wow.
Same.
She was like,
That's important.
she was like, all them people that got a real problem with gay people, that they just is their whole existence.
Yeah.
It might be because something is
Wrong with that.
Like, that's how my mother taught me. Like, why are you upset about this?
Yeah.
So I just grew up with it, and I've always been an empathetic and kind person naturally. But what I did learn, what my mother did teach me, is because I was an empathetic and naturally kind person, is that wasn't going to be attractive to women. Wow. So she was like, hey,
naturally masculine trait.
She was like,
women don't really like nice men, son.
That's
Women
true.
don't really like
What did you
nice men.
internalize?
That's true.
Then I internalized like because like my father and my brothers, they were womanizers. Naturally, that's in me too. Just naturally, I learned that growing up. Like naturally, I just be. It's just what I would like to do, but I would suppress it because I didn't want to hurt anybody. And my father and brothers decided not to teach me that. My mother came along and she was like, "Let me teach you 4Fs. Let me teach you that you need to be this and that." And then I see my sisters and how they deal with me because I have 5 sisters. I see my sisters and how they deal with a man that will cry. And they'd be like, "I know you ain't crying right now. Like, I know you ain't doing this and that." So for me, it was like, hey, I got to be everything but this. You know what I mean? I have to be more hard in my dealings with women. So I didn't learn that being gay was bad. What I learned was femininity in men was not attractive. It wasn't. It was wrong. You know, they tell you that you're being too soft. You're being too soft on them women, son. You're being too soft on them. I learned that from women, which is wild. So I internalized
So homophobia is
it.
not just exclusive to men. Homophobia is not being exclusive to men.
Right. Yeah. So, so that's just how it came across for me. It was just more so that femininity is not, that kindness, that niceness, that softness. You know, that's not gonna get you what you really want. What's gonna get you what you really want is, be hard, be manipulative.
Yeah.
Fool the person into get what you want.
As you talk, bro,
Conversation.
like all of this conditioning, like we get this. Like all of us, everybody has said something about the way you were conditioned to think as a boy, and that brought you up to where you are now and going through life. Of course, where we are now in 2026, it's a hot topic conversation, and my brother and I, we shared a conversation, me and Chris, the other day about a friend of his. We won't get deep into it, but Chris wanted me to hear, like, and understand, like, try to see it from the lens of another brother, another heterosexual brother, because I understand that this is fear, and a lot of times when I hear homophobic stories, when we talk about homophobia, I liken it a lot to racism. They're cousins, they're first cousins, they're damn near siblings. You know what I'm saying? Racism and homophobia, because it's lined in fear. Like, it's fear and it's taught fear. And I think that both of them are religiously taught. Both of them are taught from early ages. And so I want to get into homophobia and what y'all think about homophobia. Is homophobia hatred? Or could it also show up as fear, discomfort, distance? You know what I'm saying? Or do you see it as hatred?
I kind of disagree. I think that it's more ignorance. I don't think it's hatred. I just think it's the absence of knowledge about what's going on.
Okay. Okay. Why do you say that?
Take the conversation that I shared with you. Once we, kept talking about it, I know this person. He doesn't hate. It's not in his heart. It was the way he grew up, the constructs that, that were instilled in him. And it's more fear. It's definitely not hate. It's just the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding and talking to other people, different people.
You want to go?
No. So the when I think of the definition of hate, I think of a strong disdain, a strong dislike, and so it tethers those waters. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me. It's hard to not say it's hate when, like, you cannot, like, I just don't want that shit visible. I don't want it visible. You can be that. I don't care about you being there, but I just don't want to see it. And so
like, for me, I think
I want to hear your rebuttal too. But no, go ahead, Kadar.
I think it's to marry it to the metaphor of racism. We say the excuse has been made. That's how they grew up. They grew up in the deep South. Excuse white grandpa for being racist because he don't mean to be, That's just the time period that he grew up with. That's what he understands. That's what he knows. Separate but equal, right? He means well. He loves the nanny that took care of his kids. He appreciates all the things that he's done for them. We love our gay uncle in the same way, but we can't bring him fully in. And so while there's not hateful intentions from the heterosexual normative, it's felt as hate. Just like even with a black person experiencing semi-undercover racism from a white person that grew up in now 2026. Though they may not have ill intentions, right? It's experienced as hate.
Can I say also on the flip side, as a black person, when you come across that grandpa that grew up in the deep south and it's just how he came up in his background, we still gonna look at him and be like, man, fuck that nigga.
Exactly. And the gay
At the end of the day,
the heterosexual.
Racist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the same.
exactly.
So what would be the difference if your son brought a gay man home or your daughter brought a white boy home? Right? So now,
Yeah,
We swimming.
Yeah,
That's
we
the question.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you doing? Okay, what's going on, son? So I'll talk to you, baby girl. But what you doing? You know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you all after this.
Yeah.
So you know what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, it's got on one hand, watch the other. Like you don't like the way they're being loved. You don't like the way that he loves her. You know, but you don't know that he took care of her when she was sick, or you don't know that he took care of him when he was sick. You know, it's really surface banter. You know, I don't want to. It's just the banter that really don't matter, the conversation that really don't matter, that really shape your thinking about it. You know, like what has he done to you? You know what I mean? Like he ain't hurt nobody. He did this, he did that. He's successful. Woo, woo, woo. She loving the white dude. He take care of her. He come in and get no problems out of Tom. You know, but you know what I mean. But the fear is not really a fear at all. It's really like, why would you do that? Because of what we are. Because we are in the Bible Belt, we still are in the Jim Crow South. You know, and so it's even though they said that were the forbidden fruit. I mean, like it's still like, why would you choose the enemy, baby? You know, or why would you choose to love this? What's wrong with her? You went to the prom with that nice girl. What happened to her?
What's coming up for you though, Chris? Just to hear Nick say that, like what's coming up for you? Like what's?
I'm usually on the island by myself anyway. You know?
But no,
But that perspective is needed.
it be needed. It's because a lot of people feel like I don't hate gay people. Like I don't hate gay people, but I just disagree with that shit. Yeah. I don't want to see it, but I don't hate it. How
I don't want to equate all homophobia to hatred.
Yeah.
Like I want to do harm to you because I think it's levels.
So
With racism, that's completely separate from me.
It's one level. It's one dimension.
It's one. Yeah.
Okay. I can agree with that.
yeah.
I kind of feel like I understand why it comes across as hate, like from the person on the receiving end, why it comes across as hate. It's hard for you to tell me there's somebody that doesn't like me based on some shit I can't control.
Or who you choose to love?
Mistreat me.
Yeah.
That's gonna jump out here and say all this negative shit about people like me. It's hard for me to receive that as anything but hate. So even though the person that's doing the shit, it may not be hatred. It could be performative for them. They could be doing the shit because they feel like this is what I'm just supposed to do. They could be doing the shit because they don't want other people to think that they're gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they could have some deep-seated hatred. You know, somebody could have been assaulted. Yeah. You could have been sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
You know, by somebody of the same sex.
Yeah.
And that drives a hatred. Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's something that happens normally or that that's the root cause. But I'm saying that that's a thing that could be a cause. But the same way that we would say, well, hey, not all black people are like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like it's hard for I imagine a gay person to receive it as anything other than hate. Like it's like I can't sit, forget racism, forget homophobia. It's hard for me to sit and think about somebody saying terrible shit about me personally, and for me to be like, let me understand why.
So are you saying that if a person, not me, would say, I don't fuck with gay people, it's the same as saying, I don't fuck with black people?
Yes.
That's on the same level.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Because from our shoes, like we're tasked with the job to separate that, and it's
Because like I can't choose my skin color, I can't choose the fact that I'm gay. I chose really hard to be straight for the majority of my
really
life.
hard. Mercy, Lord. Yeah.
And he knows I chose really hard to be straight. And that was the antithesis of everything that was inside of me. And so for you to sit there and say all the things about me that I have no control over feels like hate.
I will also say this though, to Chris's point. I think for us as black people, and I think you all, I think you all have a different perspective because there's that intersectionality and you receive it from different sides where you can see that. But like as a black man or black person, when you hear somebody equate anything to racism, it's like, okay, this feels like a slap in the face. And I don't think that's the intent. You know what I mean? I think it's more so trying to help you understand that this lands the same way for me, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a black gay man, racism is gonna hurt. Homophobia is gonna hurt. And I'm juggling the same emotion. But for us as black people overall, it feels like you get the fuck out of here when it comes to comparing anything to racism.
Real talk. Yeah.
Because we do have those trauma wounds.
Yes.
But gay people also have trauma wounds too. You know what I mean? So I understand what you're trying to say. Like, I don't want to dismiss that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand when you say you really want to equate somebody saying I don't fuck with gay.
Because I feel like I'm black first.
Exactly.
Beyond anything else. Beyond who I love, like, I'm a black man first.
Exactly.
So that's why I think I struggle with evening it out.
And that perspective matters because I hear what you're saying, but I would identify as a human first. And based on that informs all the empathy that I have in the world. Because then I can say I'm human and I'm in black skin. I'm human and I experience a gay. I'm attracted to men. I'm human and I identify as Christian, but I'm human. I'm also identified with some voodoo shit. And so like, I think if we taught people, our children, to be human first, it garners a greater empathy to experience difference.
Yeah. And I hear that. But I also think when we hear you say I'm a human first, we also hear like, damn, it's more division for us. Like as a people. You know what I mean? Like
black people.
Like that's the same thing a white person would say to me.
Not to the level of all lives matter. It's like I'm human, and in that human experience, in my black skin, I take on all the trauma associated with me being black. I take on all the trauma that's associated with me being gay. But because I'm human, I'm able to experience all those different trauma sectors, those intersectionalities at the same time, and be able to inform how I move based on that.
So is it worse for someone call you the N-bomb or call you gay?
So
Growing up. So growing up, a white man say, "Oh man, you an N-bomb," or me calling you gay?
That's hard to answer because I've gotten the gay bomb much worse than I've gotten the N-bomb.
Much more often.
Much more often, yeah. Much more often.
But that's your truth.
Right.
And so, like, if you say racism, like, we know now culturally where the truth coming from our Caucasian counterparts, right? we know who's the real people. We know who the truth is. We know that you're operating in fear, but you're living in your truth. So you calling me the N-bomb, no, Rick, oh, thank you. No, that's what I know, but it was still enrages. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody called you the N-bomb or you were trying to hide your gayness, what would you be more offended with? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I was more confused growing up by someone calling me gay. If a white person called me a nigga, I automatically know what the response was. Like, what the fuck you just say to me? Versus when I was in the closet trying to figure out what this gayness was. For me personally, I was like, no, that's not me, because I didn't know, I didn't identify at the time.
Right.
And I think that and you would hear this come, and at this point I want a room full of like black men, like gay and straight, here to really have this conversation, because I guarantee you, if we had 10 gay men sitting here, like at least 8 of them would tell y'all the same thing, like it hurts worse, because it comes from within community, like the gay
okay.
shit, it comes from
I can see that.
it comes from within community. It don't come from outside community. So
To his point, there was a level of shame that I experienced when someone called me gay versus I was enraged when a white person called me, a non-black person called me a nigga. Yeah. I was enraged versus shameful when someone called me gay.
Yeah, but this is a great tension. Like, this is a real true tension that people experience. Like, you didn't ask that question for you. You asked it for the people.
You talked about someone that's not hating towards a gay person that might be homophobic.
Right.
What does that person look like? Do you have an example of like someone that might be homophobic but isn't hateful in your opinion towards a gay person?
Kind, they, give you shirt off their back. One of my friends is, I call him up every day. Sometimes we're talking, I say, man, how my favorite homophobe doing today, and we laugh.
The fact that y'all play like that is crazy.
Yeah. That's
so wild. That's so deep.
I mean, shit. He know I'm gonna be candid with him, and back and forth, and I know he will.
You're a safe place for him.
Yeah, and he will go out of his way to help people. He's a kind person. He's not mean. He doesn't talk bad about people. Of course, we check and everything, but he's not that type of person where he's just nasty and mean. I've never heard him say, I can't stand gay people. I've never heard him say that.
And why
So
would
do you think he would
homophobic?
treat a gay person poorly in person? Like, if he was around a gay person, you think he would treat them poorly?
No, I do not.
So why do you think he's homophobic then?
Because I've heard him make comments before. I've heard him make jokes that
Well,
it's just,
not
funny, but inappropriate.
add to what Rich question. Not just see a gay person, but if he see me holding his hand, or if he see me rolling my neck, does that change the narrative, or is he gonna tense up? Yeah, being friends with.
No, he doesn't change. He doesn't tense up or anything. He just kind of laughs. We have this. He has a code that he uses. He's like, hey man, you want to
Go to the parade?
Yeah, I think I told you.
You
right?
told me to
I
go.
said, hey, we're gonna go to Midtown. We're gonna go to IU, right? He said, and the parade's going on today. Let's run on start that parade stuff. That's his code word.
That's his code word.
As long as ain't no parades going on, he want to go.
And so
He makes the joke, but he's still gonna go.
And that joke, even in real time, I was like, ooh, that's triggering. Because though he means well and it's funny and safe company for you, if I were to hear a white person say something that's slightly similar, racist level, I'm gonna be like, that's a racist ass motherfucker at the end of the day.
Yeah, why didn't go be there?
Yeah, why?
Right. And so like it's that same
no.
connotation of like, you don't fuck with me like that. And therefore I can't fuck with you. You're not a safe place for me to actually be around. So you're not only homophobic, you hate me. That's the experience.
Wow. So let's dig into this a little more, fellas, if you will. I want to ask: is there a difference between disagreement, discomfort, and dehumanization. Because we're getting into like what constitutes someone as homophobic.
Can you say those again?
What's the difference between disagreeing with someone, having discomfort about them, and just straight dehumanizing them?
What are we talking about right now? How do you just disagree with somebody's statement?
They ain't did nothing to you. They ain't did nothing to you.
They don't see it as a state of being. They see it as a
Choice.
abominable sin.
What I'm saying is, it ain't no disagreement. Well, you going straight to dehumanization.
Straight.
Like that's
Okay.
Like
But
the other
they
two
just-
aren't
that's
a factor. You're dehumanizing. You say it's I disagree with your lifestyle.
That's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah.
I'm just saying, like, just
But if you could put yourself in any other person's shoes that's been persecuted against or discriminated against, it's not gonna feel like disagreement. You know what I mean? It's not gonna feel like, what was the other word? Or discomfort. It's not gonna feel
I have
like
discomfort.
disagreement and discomfort. It's gonna feel like you're dehumanizing.
Dehumanization. Yeah.
And I feel like that is the work that gay people are expected to do. I'm expected to recognize that you're uncomfortable with my gayness, so I need to adapt to your environment. I need to understand that you, what was the other one?
Discomfort. Dehumanization.
And what was the
Disagreeing.
I understand that you disagree with my lifestyle. And so I need to button up a little bit more, present more straight,
Butch
ask
up.
more masculine around your friends and people around the family event. All the while, I experience it as dehumanization. I feel dehumanized because I can't bring the guy that we've been rocking for 6 months, taking me on dates. You ain't even asked me who I'm dating. I can't bring him to
the family
the family dinner. I can't bring him to Sunday dinner. I can't bring him to, because you disagree. That's my dehumanization.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Disagreement is just a wild word to me. It's just a wild word. Like, no, I understand somebody saying, I just disagree with it. I just disagree with it. So what?
I mean,
You
out of
ain't
respect, I
stopping
won't bring
shit
them.
with your disagreement.
Out of respect
Like
for you,
the
Mama,
disagreement,
it's your
like
place. I won't
what
bring
is there
them.
to disagree with? That blows my mind. I have a hard time understanding saying I just disagree with. No, I disagree with like pedophilia. I disagree with murder and theft and scamming, nigga, but not a person's state of being, not something that you can't help. This is just who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hard to just say, I'm just gonna disagree. It's like somebody saying, Rich, I disagree with the fact that you're bald.
I knew you was finna say that shit.
Yeah.
I disagree with
Ah.
you, bald nigga. I can't help that I'm bald. I don't.
Wear a hat when you come over here.
The women love the waves and
You know
dreads
what I'm
and braids. But this is who I am.
What you got?
Yes, you
No,
do.
no, you do.
'Cause it's
Come
all
on,
over
man.
your
You
face,
always
bro.
do this.
It's a safe space.
You always
it's
do
a
this,
safe
bro.
space.
What you got? No, for
He
real.
said it's TV.
TD Jakes.
TD Jakes is crazy. TD was at the
It's
cookout.
okay.
It's an inside joke.
This, yeah.
But TD was at the party too, though, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, we got to.
Come on. Wait a minute. I told you how I felt about TD, bro. I told you that, bro. Chill out. No. He can be TD Jakes. He can be TD. No. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
That's gonna be bloopers right there.
Yes. Oh my God.
Those are bloopers. TD is gonna be exited out of this
Oh my
conversation.
God. Go ahead. No, come on. This is a question.
Why? It just seems like we're persecuting the people that disagree.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Okay.
To persecute those people that just disagree. And we haven't got to the discomfort level and the dehumanization level, and I think it's levels.
So
to
can you explain the difference between disagreeing and dehumanization?
Tell a person that goes, I don't like men. I disagree with liking men. Just take that person. They just disagreeing it on the surface level. They're not hating it. They're not concerned with what that person is doing.
But they are. If you disagree with it, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you.
It don't matter to me.
But if you disagree with it, it does matter to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, can you disagree? Or can you not just really care? Like
You cannot care at all.
Really don't care.
Being not for you is one thing. Is like being gay is not for me. I'm a heterosexual man.
Right.
Yeah. I don't disagree with your lifestyle.
Right.
Correct.
I just think disagree is the word is flipping a little bit.
I feel like
Okay,
that makes the opinion more palatable.
Yeah. Right.
It makes it more acceptable. It's easier to say,
I
well, I
disagree.
just disagree with that lifestyle. And for me, in my mind, when I hear that, it's like, what is there to disagree with? You love women.
But it's all about their views too. Remember I said earlier.
Like understanding that Brandon is a gay man. Like I just don't. It's like it's just like I understand why somebody says I disagree with the lifestyle, but it's hard for me to understand the logic of.
Disagreement has judgment.
Because I just
Right.
actually thought about something.
And judgment breeds the shame that he was talking
Yeah.
about. Brene, go ahead.
Yeah.
I just thought about something. So you can have, and I'm getting this strictly from my friend that I had the conversation.
Okay.
Right.
You can disagree with how, let's just say you disagree with how a gay man carries himself.
Okay.
What about that?
That's ego. I just said that earlier.
So
Can I ask this question? Can I ask this question? And I think maybe this is what. Maybe is it uncomfortable for him to see it in person? Because there was a TV show at one point in time. There was P-Valley, right? And they were very explicit in the scenes between two men, right?
I ain't even
Camera guy.
Oh God.
I'm just saying, like.
Pat when black, I was like this, bro. Like, goddamn.
But I had to as well because for me, it's hard to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's hard to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you get the same experience when you see a sex scene, heterosexual sex scene on screen?
No.
Because you're comfortable with
Because
it.
I'm comfortable with that.
Versus a gay person when they see that, or to
The
bring it
question
up,
is, why are we comfortable with that though? Why do you think we're
Because
because it's normalized.
It's a choice. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We should not persecute those who've been taught that normalcy.
But it's not. But why can't gay be normal too?
I'm not saying that it can't.
But by you disagreeing with it, saying that it can't be, by you watching the sex scene on the screen, you're saying that's normal. By you fast forwarding the sex scene of the gay scene, that's not normal. It makes me uncomfortable. Therefore, I disagree with it. Therefore, they're othered.
and I I don't know your friend, and I'm speaking right now to the Black Southern Christians that's watching, because we have found ways in Christianity to passive aggressively inject trauma onto people without owning it. So it's not okay for me to say I hate you. It's not okay for me to say I'm dehumanizing you. I just gotta say I don't disagree with it. I just gotta say I'm afraid. And so we found a way in Christianity, a lot of major Christianity, to passive aggressively say things to people and not have to own it. Because if this conversation again, I have and I'm so glad y'all are here, because we are like really untethering this tension, because a lot of people have this tension. Like for real, they have this tension. Like, no, I don't hate you, but your action says so. No, I'm not dehumanizing you. I just disagree with it. So, it's like we found ways to not say the thing, not call the thing a thing, but it really is a thing. And just like it is, I have to say it, just like it is for Black people, for us, it's a thing. You can't just say, oh, the watermelon people, or you can't just say, oh, they gonna eat some fried chicken. No, I didn't say I didn't say Black people, but it's So
It's the unspoken.
you saying without saying it. You
The
saying
elephant in the room.
It's the elephant in the room, and not because we're thinking the worst of people, but because you got to think about again how it lands. How it lands. I can tell you all day I don't like something, but depending on how I say it and how it lands with you, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. So
Maybe in your friend's mind, it's not in his mind. Maybe his natural response is just, I'm uncomfortable seeing this in front of me. Like I'm uncomfortable seeing a gay person out and potentially maybe two men hugging or kissing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that makes him uncomfortable. He's like, I disagree with it. I don't want to be around that. You know what I mean? Do you think that's what it is?
Well, knowing him, he doesn't mind being around it, but I have another friend that's even worse, and that's why I was talking about the dislike. What was the other
discomfort,
one? Discomfort
and dehumanization.
Dehumanization. I have a friend that is between that level of discomfort and dehumanization. We were out of town. We were out eating, and he was sitting opposite of me, so I guess he could see what was going on behind me.
Okay.
And he said, he was just describing, I guess two men with a baby, and they were kissing, they were being very affectionate with each other, and the look on his face was just like in disgust.
Yeah, he was just.
And it took me by surprise because I hadn't been around something like that in a very, 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 very long time. The look on his face, he was just like, it was just nasty. And I didn't even look. I didn't even want to look. And I was saying to myself, what are you doing? Like, what do you care about what they doing back there?
Yeah.
And that's why I was nervous about having this conversation today, because that's truly how I feel. I really don't care what is going on like that. Like, you Black first, you a man first. I don't care who you having sex with, who you like.
And
I really don't.
And I think that's the goal for everyone to feel like I don't care, just exist. We all coexist together.
Right.
However, what happens is the 3Ds that we've been outlining. You have people that fall into those three different categories, and for someone who is living in that life, right, is gay, is LGBTQ plus, whatever, when you say you disagree with me, you're saying that I don't fit the norm. Well, who defined the norm?
Like that disagreement is why I don't go to church anymore. That disagreement is why, honestly, I probably never get an opportunity to be the president of these United States because I am a gay man.
You want to
I
go
won't
for
have-
president? I
No.
didn't know that.
But making the example, and like it's that deep. Like one of my biggest struggles, and then this as a Black gay man, is like it's always been respect. I just want to be respected as much as I see you guys get respect. You know what I'm saying? I just started seeing myself as equal to you guys in my fucking early 30s, bro. That's a problem. That's a fucking problem. I just started seeing myself as equal to a Nick Skull or Chris Jones. I just started seeing myself and so that's a problem. And so, yes, that it's easy to say, I just disagree with that. I just don't. And so in that, there's silence, there's secrecy, and there's judgment, all that. So shame sits in that.
Every negative trait associated with men, like the opposite of masculinity, gets dumped into gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's even more sensitive. Like for some reason, our community highlights homosexuality is like, or being gay or LGBT, whatever it is, it's like one of our number one issues. Like that's the worst thing you can be in our community, and it's it's discouraging for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we have so many other things to address. Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Here.
But that goes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a person in my life who would say that they love me dearly. And their biggest question to me is if I'm a top or a bottom. And I'm not going to disclose what I am. But what they are asking is, am I dominating? You're funny. Am I dominating?
Oh God!
Am I the masculine or am I passive? Am I feminine? And you don't get to ask me that because you're not the one that I'm with. And for you to ask that question to cast the judgment, it is a crazy question.
But I just disagree with it though.
But I could accept you more if you were a top exclusively. When what you're telling me is,
that's crazy.
I could accept you more. Right.
That's it,
Are you
Nick.
gay? Or are you gay?
Are you really gay?
You're the dude.
No, I'm not gay.
And so
You gave me head. Like that.
Exactly.
Damn.
To add to your point, there's certain characteristics that are more palpable for non-gay people, non-LGBTQ people to express. The more feminine you are, the fact that I'm just the way that I am, folks are going to be like, what in the world is he wearing? But this is how I show up. Like, and for you to question anything about that is more reflective on you than it is of me.
That famous scene. So you doing the bending?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Are you pitching or you catching?
And that was supposed to be the catching. I'm like, bro, what does it matter?
None of the terminology to my cousin told me, right? Like the other day, a couple weeks ago, we were having a conversation. Like so many terms we use are from the gay community. Like people throwing T out, right? I'm thinking T, Shay. I'm like, oh, that is?
It comes your ball.
I didn't know. So my cousin asked me to shoot. I was like, so I had one dude ask me, was I a trade, right? Have no idea what that is. Dude.
Raymond's trade.
Look, as a 40-year-old man, I asked Raymond,
What's a trade? Trade, what is are you a top or bottom?
Trade like a trade.
No, you could trade. Like you could pass for straight.
You can pass for
You
straight.
can pass for straight.
Yeah.
In certain environments, Ray can be trade.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But like real talk, that trade is a real thing, and that's just a common term. Like it's a common term. People call me like I struggle in community because I'm not gay enough for the gays, but I'm not straight at all, and so. I'm an anomaly. Like niggas don't fuck with Raymond because Raymond ain't gay.
That's a podcast. That's a podcast, right? That's a different podcast.
Real talk. Like I'm not like it's gays right now in this city that don't fuck with me because
that's a different
they
podcast.
feel like I don't show up gay enough.
Yeah.
And then
you trying to pass?
Yeah, right. And this is just naturally who I am. Huh? I need to show up.
Butch as fuck.
I need to. Flamboyant, yeah, and it's like, bro, this is naturally who I am. Yeah, right, yeah, and so I'm always that anomaly in community. So it's like, and so honestly, like, and I won't go too far into this. That's why I know, like, even in the podcast world, like, I understand that this what I'm doing will take longer to build because it would be easier if I was just all the way a straight up flamboyantly gay podcaster. I'm making all my shows about that. No shade to that. Or if I was just all the way straight man, all my conversations are why we ain't fucking these hoes right, or why these hoes think they, and I don't sit in either one of those. I sit literally in the middle. For real. For real. So it's a real thing. It's a real thing, man. But I want this is such a great conversation, y'all. But I want to keep it going because I know like we've discussed the struggle. We've discussed like the homophobia. And no, we didn't really land with it. Because I know it's still a lot there. Because I know a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people fucking feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But bringing it because we're rounding out, bringing it to the light side of it, like what helps you be comfortable around gay men as a heterosexual black man? What have you experienced that make you not feel threatened around gay
I would say me personally. Oh, you go ahead, Nick.
I'm going to go ahead.
I was gonna say me personally, man. I'm just big on respect. You treat me with respect, I'm gonna treat you with respect. And like we talked about it before, me as a person, I've always tried to give my friends the space, the environment to be themselves. You don't owe nothing to me. I appreciate you when you let me know that. Right now, I know. I said it wasn't my place to call that out, but I've always wanted you to feel comfortable in being yourself. Yeah.
I don't have a gaydar. You see what I'm saying? Everybody was telling me like, oh, Raymond's gay. Well, Raymond who?
Like Nick was saying, I don't have a gaydar, but my wife has a lot of gay friends, and I have other close gay best friends, so I've had experience with it. And I'm just one of the people like, if you my partner, my friend, whatever, I'm right with you. So I just think I've had more experience dealing with it.
I didn't know. Like other gay men was telling me Raymond's not, but we got somebody different. And then he called me, and like I'm petty, and I know he stutters, right? And so he said, man, I just want you to know, I'm gay. What makes it palatable is that before we leave, we always tell each other we love you. I love you, bro. And we really mean it, you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it just, bro, I'm cool with it. Like, I mean, do you, you know what I'm saying? Just, invite me to the wedding, just not the bachelor party.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
He said,
oh wow.
I said it, listen, it's crazy. I said it one time to guys who used to get their haircut here. Yo, they would get mad, and before I know, I may invite me to the bachelor. No, you know what? Just invite me to the wedding.
But
I want to celebrate, but I don't need to.
The crazy part is Rich and I is in one of our closest friends' wedding this fall. I'm the best man. I'm the only gay man in the wedding. So I gotta plan this basketball party. Rich gonna help me plan this basketball party. Yeah. Yeah. But what about y'all though? Like how do y'all like navigate what makes you comfortable? I know that's a crazy question, me asking y'all that question.
It's just how I was brought up, and my parents, school I went to, golden rule, you treat others how you want to be treated. I just don't think about it. I just don't think about it. And I'm not saying I don't think about it because it disgusts me. It's just not important to me.
Yeah.
It's not. It just not.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's probably a combination of being where I was raised and, not being an asshole shit human being. I mean, I'm just not. I'm just not uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like bullies. I feel like the gay community is bullied. Especially in our community, and I'm always gonna stand on the side of people that I feel wronged. Like when you came out to me, I hated it, because of how much I saw you caring. Like you were almost in tears. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, this man is having to go through a lot just to feel like he can stand on equal footing with me. You know what I mean? Like
That's a lot. That's a lot to process,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying? That's a lot to carry. You know what I'm saying? On top of everything else in our society. So, for me, it's just a combination of how I was raised, empathy, I don't really have a in-depth answer.
No, that was good because like I want the world to see. I want people to see and understand like it's more to it than just people laying down having sex or people want you or other gay men want you. No, it's more nuance to this thing. Like you wouldn't see Help and Inspire Men right now. Like that was a conversation. Me and Rich have been friends for years. Like I was willing to say, Rich, I'm not going to do this organization with you if you're not okay with me being gay. Like I'm not gonna do it because I don't even want that to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that serious for me. You know, but it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that way. And
if we couldn't do the organization, how many young men could we not be helping right now? They got real ass issues out here in poverty, in streets, drugs, guns, violence, all kinds of shit. But if I couldn't get past that, then it's a lot of young men that we couldn't be helping today. And that's the point that I was making earlier. Like we got so many other things to address. You know, you know what I'm saying? Especially like for me, the Black LGBTQ community, and like y'all belong to us. You know what I'm saying? I specifically am concerned about the Black LGBTQ community. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just we just got a lot of other concerns.
And he for like y'all, you for allies. You know what I'm saying? The tension of being in proximity with gay men. Like, have y'all ever worried about what people thought about y'all? How people saw y'all?
Who was gay on the podcast? Like I said, it was just two of us. I don't care. I don't care.
Like I mean, to the point I made earlier, like you grow up, the big thing for women is, all the good men are
Gay.
Married or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I was always pegged as like you a good dude, you a good man, you kind, you gotta be this way. You know what I mean? So growing up, I would worry about it. But I just couldn't let that turn me into
Yeah, I had women tell you too nice.
gotta be able to stay.
You want me to tell you too nice? Yeah. But what does that mean?
Exactly.
What's too nice? Huh? What that mean? Oh, you call a hoe is all right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But what? But then like they always say, oh man, that's gay. So like we had a whole conversation about getting manicures and pedicures. I mean, that's gay. Man, you the man's man. Bro, what pimp don't get their hands if he does?
But then I will also ask from my gay friends.
We've talked about this.
Is that y'all, and maybe this is a revelation for folks, but y'all are just like straight men. And maybe that's a revelation. Because they're comfortable enough to talk to me about their relationships. And they tell me about different situations and how they handle shit. And I'm like, you move just no different than I would with a woman.
Chromosome.
Like, y'all are men.
Y'all bitch as fuck.
Like you might be more feminine.
Yeah, but
You're not
yeah.
feminine like a woman, like in your mind and how you behave.
Yeah. You're nurturing.
I would say that's very regional. There is some others that
It be that thing.
I'm just like, brother.
So they're more nurturing
I
though.
thought that you would have wanted this person to be nice and kind
Sweet,
to you,
yeah.
and emotional. And you just
Shit, dog.
no.
But that's neither here nor there.
That person that you were talking about is trade. That's what that is.
That's 100% Raymond.
Oh no, he not. You know he not.
I know.
But but on the flip side is when you are being kind, and then your gay friend is like, "Oh, this person may be interested in me."
Yeah, you must like him, huh?
Yeah.
You know.
And see that like
Everybody, regardless, is straight. You know what I mean?
and that I think
That's
that's a
crazy.
fundamental problem. That is a fundamental problem. Everybody don't want you, Negro, and that's a struggle because that Y chromosome, the man in you feel like, oh yeah, that nigga want me just because off rip. And I think, and you and I had a conversation once before, Rich. Like I know a lot of heterosexual men that's homophobic struggle with gay men treating you the same way you treat women.
They just like straight men.
Yeah, but
I think that's projection, though, Ray.
it is. No. It's definitely projection. It's definitely projection because it's projection for the gay men as well.
If a beautiful woman was in here being nice to me, and I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. But in the back of my mind, I'd be like, all right. Yeah, bet that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's,
Sign me up.
it's just a natural response.
Yeah.
But then for the man that doesn't, for the straight man that doesn't know that, how does he take it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Take that.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. God, no pun intended.
It's all the same. I mean,
It's all the same.
but I just know that, like you said, there is a flip side. Like they say, you got a tough guy, and you got one that's more feminine. It's just that those men are more nurturing. They still niggas, you know. I get it with your ass, you see what I'm saying? But let me fix you your breakfast first, you know. And so, like, yeah, like, dude, like I can't think his name. He like 6'6".
Oh, it's like
Man, look, he walked through Whole Foods like a god. I said, shirt open. My look, I said, man, where you going? That man turned to me and said, beach nowhere. He was acting like he was gonna go to the club. he was just like, yeah. You know, but he just standing there, you like, oh, this one of the homies. The girls was like, I like, nah, yeah. Like, yeah, we cool, you know what I'm saying? But nah, like he like what you like. And they be so heartbroken though. Like, dude, and that's why I say, man, listen, not y'all, but the gay community, man, some of them now be more successful, more in shape, houses be fly, whips be, man, who cut your hair, Raymond? Raymond cut your hair, line be crisp. Like, damn, what time do you get up to look like this? You know what I'm saying? I'm 30 minutes and out the door. You know, but man, listen, y'all just different. Like, you know, and like I said earlier, so man, y'all gotta be extra, you know what I'm saying? Almost like to be accepted, you know? And that which is trash, you know, because we just do bare minimum. You know, and they gonna look at, oh, that's a dude right there, you know. But then like you come in, you know, the white pants, bell bottoms, you know, black boots, you know, leopard hat, you know, blue jersey, leopard, you know. You gonna be considered extra, right?
Yeah.
But that's how you live. That's your
seriously, if you still watching this for real, and you are a heterosexual black man or black woman who's struggling with being okay with gay people, queer people, I know that religion like sits at the base of a lot of this. I mean, it just sits there because you refer back to stories like Sodom and Gomorrah. You refer back to abomination, those things, and I try to keep the Bible out of my podcast because you know we can go back and forth out there about what you believe and what you don't believe. Like if we go to abomination, we have to discuss eating shellfish. We have to discuss wearing two different mixed fabrics. We have to discuss touching a football. We have to discuss like that is in along the same lines of scripture. So you can't just throw abomination out. You can't just throw Sodom out when he was giving his daughters to these angels. Like you giving your daughter, your little daughters to, you know, it's so many pieces that you have that don't make sense. And so I understand what you believe religiously. You know, I'm not trying to change anybody's religious affiliation or what you hold on to, but I know that in order to land in a space, because gay people are going to be here, whether you like it or not, that gay people are going to be here forever. And so if you're so certain about what I feel about gay people is just not right, then you'll always be in a place of discomfort. You'll always be in a place of dehumanizing somebody, you know. And I won't, because I don't think anybody will openly admit and say I'm dehumanizing him or I hate him. Like nobody's gonna say that. Like, and so I just encourage you to be in proximity. I understand. Even for me, like I offer the type of gay that most people that's palatable for most people. Not because I'm trying to, but I know people are more amped to be comfortable around me because I don't show up as feminine, and that's why I'm even more empathetic to my feminine brothers because it's not easy. It's not easy for them to show up and be in rooms and not get frowned upon, not get laughed at. Hell, the reason why we even got to children with helping inspire men is because we was crazy enough to think we can bring some gay men and straight men in one room in the Bible Belt South and talk about our issues. Hell no. we couldn't do that. And that's how thick this thing is, But I wanted to give all of you a last word. To just give me like a 60-second last word. If you can just give me a last word about this conversation, about it, and just kind of so we can land on a positive note. I love all of you. Like, I love you. Y'all are my people. Y'all are my friends. Y'all are my brothers. And I wouldn't want to do life without y'all.
I would encourage any little gay black boy out there who is trying to figure out who they are or knows who they are and is trying to navigate relationships with friends, family, and other. For me, coming out as a 33-year-old, I'm now 36.
Man.
Yeah. My brother, who identifies as straight, heterosexual, when I came out to him, I would have said he was homophobic. He would not have said, but I would have said. And the way that we've been able to navigate relationships since then, me understanding or feeling like he was homophobic and him embracing me as his big brother, as someone that liked to get dicked down occasionally. The way that he's been able to navigate that space, because we know that we first love each other. We understand that at the end of the day, I got you and you got me. Find you those people in your life. And if you don't have anybody, it sounds like these are a group of people that could be that safe place for you, but those people exist, that care for you, that love you, that are going to see you, that's going to encourage you. You don't have to be in that silo alone. And just to call a spade, death is not the option.
Yes. Yes.
You deserve to live just like everybody else.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
You can't get to grace without rage. So we got to experience rage first. Like, I had a conversation with my son. I think fathers need to talk to their boys, because I asked my son, do you like girls or you like boys? And he like, oh, I like girls. I said, okay. A couple years later, I asked him the same thing. You like girls, you like boys? A couple years later, I asked him again. And so at the age, he was like, why you keep asking me? Because I want to let you know, regardless, you my boy. We're going to be gay together. I'm going to support you in this parade,
The parade, right?
But I said, you can't get through grace without rage, and rage is just grace without character. You see what I'm saying? It's spelled the same way. You take the C out. You know what I mean? And so we got to have character. We got to have our own individual characteristics.
Yeah, you might be TD for sure.
That's all. Love your kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boy, we need love too.
Yep.
Ja.
We just need to treat each other like we want to be treated.
Yes.
Regardless of who you love, who you want, it doesn't matter. And to all my single friends, I said single, straight friends, excuse me. Don't think that every gay man wants to be with you.
Because we don't.
Because they don't.
They got to think.
Just love your brother as your neighbor. And that's how I've always been brought up. Raymond knows that. He knows I love him. I could care less. That's how we need to go about in our lives.
Not to piggyback back up what Chris said, but yeah, man, just treat people with respect, love. I would say to the heterosexual men out there, just try to come from a place of understanding. You might not have to agree with it, but hear them out. Like, I don't know, just without saying the same thing. That's just my take on it. Just treat everybody with respect and love.
Really.
We shall.
What about you, man? Last words, man.
I said the same thing, man. Treat people how you want to be treated. It's a golden rule for a reason. You don't want anybody to discriminate against you. You don't want to be mistreated for any reason, especially a reason that is just key to who you are as a person. It's just your being. You know what I mean? So treat people with kindness, same kindness that you would want, same respect that you would want, the same grace that you would want, the same humanity that you want. And that's it. Everything else will take care of itself if you can come back to that grace, humanity, all those things.
I appreciate y'all for this episode, man. We got through. We landed. I truly I really feel like this conversation. It's so many layers to it because it's never had. You know what I'm saying? It's never talked about. It's never like dialogued. But I think that specifically for what's going on in our world now, like more than ever, Black men need to be united and together on this front, man. We got a lot going on. And we need to be united. I just wanted to do this offering as Raymond to be able to offer this, to be able to begin building some bridges, have conversations. You know that man, Gabe. And he been in your life for a while. Like, bruh, he could even be your cousin, your brother, your family. Like, say something to him. Like, holler at him. You know what I'm saying? In your own way, however you do it. But mending will not happen until we begin talking. We cannot keep being separate and secret and silent and think we're going to build bridges in community. We're not. So love you. It's been another great episode. Thank my brothers for being on here. Love y'all. This has been another episode of Raybridging Humans, Stories I Told and Bridges Are Built. See y'all next week. Peace.